You've probably heard coaches online telling you that you do not need to perform cardio to lose fat. And whilst technically speaking, they are correct, your fat loss phase is going to be extremely fucking miserable if you do not incorporate some form of cardiovascular activity throughout your diet. Now, the reason these coaches tell you that is because number one, they're not that fit. Number two, they are appealing to your bias because they know that most men hate doing cardio, and therefore if you believe that you can just lift weights and eat less food, you are much more likely to sign up to their program. Guess what? I think these people are incorrect, and in this video I'm going to explain to you exactly why I think cardio is such an important and underutilized tool when it comes to fat loss. The first and most obvious one is our total daily energy expenditure. Let's say we have one intentional cardio session per week that's 45 to 60 minutes where we are pushing the threshold a little bit. For me, that looks like kicking the bag, hitting some pads, or just going on a run and ended up in kind of like zone 3 or zone 4. And then we add in, say, 2 to 3 slightly easier cardio sessions after our lifts. That could look like 20 to 30 minutes on the Stairmaster, doing an incline walk on a treadmill, and just putting some YouTube or Netflix on your phone while you do it. Now, this does not sound like much, but let me tell you, if you are burning an extra 14 to 1800 calories per week from performing that, possibly even upwards of that if you are a heavier individual, then over the course of a 12-week fat loss phase, that could be 6 more pounds of fat that you have lost. That is not a small amount. That is a significant difference, and you would be foolish not to include that and to try and just get this fat loss phase over and done with. Remember, there is something in a diet called dietary fatigue. That is essentially when we become knackered and really bored of losing fat. That's why I am always in favour of an aggressive fat loss approach, because it means we see results really quickly, it means that we are more motivated to continue, and it means that it's done and dusted so we can spend more time at maintenance and in a slight caloric surplus, aiming to build some muscle for like the next 2 to 3 years without worrying about getting out of shape again. The second reason we should be performing cardio is improved nutrient shuttling. Now, the fitter we are, the more efficient our body is at actually shuttling the nutrients that we need to build muscle and support recovery exactly to where they need to go. So when we are overweight and out of shape, more of the calories that we are consuming are being stored as fat. When we are really lean and really fit, the majority of the nutrients that we need to help us stay like that and actually look even better are going to all of the right places. Why would you not be performing cardio to elicit this effect? It just doesn't really make any sense to me. Now, the third one is a bit of a funny one. I actually think cardio makes it much more likely for you to stick to your diet, but only if you make it fun. See, for me, when I am hitting the bag and I'm building skills and I can see the fat that has come off my frame is having a positive impact on my athleticism and my ability to express my skills for a longer period of time, it just motivates me so much more. Like, I feel so much better knowing that I can go in, kick, punch, elbow the bag for 45 to 60 minutes and I can still hit just as hard at the end as I could at the start. Now, when I was a little bit more out of shape, I was way less inclined to actually go in and hit the bag, mainly because I was ashamed that after 10 minutes I would feel absolutely knackered. Now, if we find a skill or some kind of sport that we really love and we really enjoy, and we can see the fat loss is positively impacting that, we're much more likely to want to improve at that skill, which makes a massive fucking difference to us in terms of our long-term adherence to something. If you can get really good at tennis or football or running or boxing because you are lean, you are not going to want to let that lean physique go. You're not going to want to get out of shape again. And that means that adherence is just going to go through the fucking roof. After you have finished losing fat, you're going to maintain all of the positive habits that you have built in the fat loss phase. You're going to take them into maintenance and into your slight caloric surplus as well, which means that your physique is just going to look way better. You're going to feel way better. You're constantly going to be getting those endorphins from all the cardio and the lifting that you were doing, and your lifestyle is just going to improve tenfold. Now, as a little Brucey bonus for you all, I think sleep is another massive factor when it comes to cardio. Now, there's a very fine line that we have to toe here, because if we go gung-ho with cardio, gung-ho with lifting, and we're not managing our nutrition or life stress properly, our sleep will be adversely affected. We're just not going to get enough of it, and the sleep that we do get is probably going to be shit. But if you manage to dose your cardio correctly, or lifting correctly, you're eating all of the right things, by the time bedtime comes, you are going to be so tired that your sleep is just going to be bussing. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Like, I love the feeling of getting into bed after a long day. I usually work 12-hour days, but within that 12-hour day, I will train, I will perform cardio, I will go to the sauna. By the time I get to bed, I'm absolutely fucked, which means most of the time I'm having a really good sleep. And I think the mental aspect of that is massive as well, because we know that we've closed all our loops for the day. We know we've done exactly what we need to do to further our progress, and we're not going to bed thinking what if. There's no anxiety, there's no anything going around in your mind, because you know you've just left it all on the table. Now, the better we sleep, the better we are at losing fat. I think the statistics say that if you are sleeping for 5 hours or less per night chronically, then you are going to lose 55% less fat than someone who gets an adequate amount of sleep. Now, if you've got a lot of fat to lose, that is a really, really low hanging fruit for you. Like, you should absolutely be going all in on making sure you get the best sleep possible, because it's going to make sure that your hunger signaling is kept in check. It's going to reduce your risk of injury, and it's going to mean that your performance goes up. All of these things mean we can train more, we can train harder, we can train better, we can see better results, and then we've just constantly got this snowball effect of motivation, and you're just going to feel absolutely unstoppable. The next time you see a coach telling you don't need to perform cardio, please completely ignore that advice. Losing fat is hard work. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice. There is going to be a large demand on your time, but we just need to know that it's all going to be worth it in the end. Now, I am trying to build this channel up as much as I can. I am moving to Asia in a couple of months. I'm going to be going all in on YouTube, all in on training, all in on coaching. I really, really want to push this channel. So if you watch this video, you got any sort of benefit from it, please just give it a like, potentially give it a share, subscribe to me. There will be more coming like this. I know it's been like 3 months since I've posted, but I've been in the middle of a house move, so where I would usually film is just an absolute shithole at the minute. That's why I'm filming in my fucking kitchen. But information is information, and hopefully this has been useful to you. Have a boss day, and I'll see you all soon.